Up Sex Beast, Crazy Rabbit here, and the Gumball names and effects have been leaked, and today I'm just going to read you guys off what they do, what their names are, and what I think, so let's go and get this shit started. Alright, so the first one is going to be Aftertaste. On this one, when you go down and you get revived, you don't lose any perks. It happens immediately, and it only lasts 3 rounds. So some things about these Gumball perks are they last like 3 rounds and they activate immediately, and others you have to activate yourself. So I'm not sure how many Gumballs we can keep. I would sort of assume like we keep maybe one that you have to activate yourself, and then you can keep a certain amount that lasts a couple rounds. That's how I sort of see this going down. And this Aftertaste one, I just don't ever see myself getting. I mean, I always play solo, so I really don't ever see this one becoming helpful. And if I'm playing with multiple friends, I mean, I really just don't see myself actively pursuing this one. If I happen to get it, I might just keep it, but I don't ever see myself really wanting this. Alright, next up is going to be Alchemic Antithesis. I hope that's how you pronounce it. And for this one, for every 10 points that you would earn, you actually get 1 ammo instead. And this is player activated, and it's only going to last you 30 seconds. So I can see this being really, really helpful, but I don't know if it's only for bullet weapons or if you're going to get Wonder-Waff ammo. That's just the one thing I really don't understand. I would assume it's just going to be for bullet weapons, because I mean, if you have like the Thunder Gun and it's empty on ammo, and then you use this, you're just going to get a full Thunder Gun, and I don't know if that would be OP or not, so I would assume this is only for bullet weapons, but it would be pretty cool if it was just for every single weapon that you own. Alright, next up is going to be Always Done Swiftly, and this one you're going to be able to walk faster while in ADS and go into and out of ADS faster. It activates immediately, and it's going to last you 3 rounds. So I really don't ever see myself actively pursuing this one, like I said before with Aftertaste. But I mean, if I get it, I'd probably just keep it, sort of like Speed Cola. Speed Cola is just something that I always get, because I just don't really want to reload slower. So I'm assuming maybe after some time, after I'm always getting this Always Done Swiftly perk, or Gumball, that I'm eventually over time just going to really want it, because I'm going to get tired of aiming down sights slowly. So it'll be interesting to see how exactly we react to this perk, or Gumball. I keep calling them perks. Alright, next up is going to be Anywhere But Here, and this one sounds pretty amazing. So on this one, a player instantly teleports to a random player spawn location. A blast knocks any nearby zombies away, keeping the player safe. This one is player activated, and you get 2 uses. I think this is pretty freaking awesome. So I can just see if I'm playing with a bunch of friends and someone's about to get in trouble, they just activate this and they teleport. And the cool part about that is, when they teleport, both players are going to be safe because this blast is just going to push all the zombies back. So I can really see this one being really helpful, and I can definitely see myself wanting this, just because it would be pretty fun to do. You'd just be teleporting around the map. I feel like this one would be pretty awesome to have. Alright, the next one is going to be Armamental Accomplishment, and this one you switch weapons and recover from performing melee attacks faster, and faster offhand item use. It happens immediately, and it's going to last you 3 rounds. This one I feel like is sort of like Fast Hands from Black Ops 2. You just do a lot of other things faster. And this would be pretty helpful, I would guess, in early rounds, but once you start to get to high rounds, you're really never going to be meleeing, you're really never going to be throwing grenades, so you're really not going to be like switching weapons constantly. But on early rounds, I can definitely see this thing being helpful and useful, so maybe if I'm just doing like an Easter egg or something, I might grab this, but if I'm going for far rounds, I really don't see myself wanting this. Alright, next up is going to be Arms Grace, and with this one you respawn with all weapons you had when you bled out. It happens immediately, and it's going to last until the next respawn. Now this one sort of makes me think that either 1, Treyarch is really trying to help out these players that just keep going down, or the new players, or 2, I feel like the Easter egg might have to involve someone going down or someone dying out completely. Because we have a couple things in this list that actually involve with players going down and getting back up with all their stuff, or players dying out completely. So I think that Treyarch might have put in an Easter egg step where someone has to die or someone has to go down, similar like in Die Rise. So I feel like we might have something like that with all these little gumballs that have these effects. Alright, up next is going to be Arsenal Accelerator. Now this one really piqued my interest, because it says you charge your special weapon faster, it happens immediately, and it's going to last you 10 minutes. So rumor has it that there's going to be a wonder weapon that's sort of like the EM1, I can't remember, I think it's the EM1 from Exo Zombies, the one that just shoots out like this giant red laser dick. It just shoots that out and it sort of goes after the zombie, so it's sort of like a laser weapon. I think we might have something like that in Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, maybe there's going to be more than one, maybe it's just going to be one, maybe multiple people can get it, because I kind of don't understand why there would be a specific Gumball just for that one weapon. I feel like we might have more than one special weapon. I feel like maybe multiple people might be able to get it, because other than that, this Gumball would just kind of be worthless in my opinion. Alright, the next one is going to be Burnt Out, and the next time you take melee damage, nearby zombies burst into fire. It happens immediately, and it's going to last you 2 rounds. So the one thing I wonder about this is, do those zombies die? Do they take damage? Really, what happens to those zombies? Do they just completely burst into fire and die completely? Or like when you get to high rounds, do they not do that anymore? Because I could see this definitely helping me get kills on high rounds, because like I said before, one of the things about going to high rounds is you kind of run out of ammo. You kind of lose ways to kill zombies. And I can definitely see this being a helpful way to kill zombies. You just grab this, go sort of like into a group of 24, and wonder how big this radius is. If it's big enough to take out a group of 24, let a zombie hit you, they all go bye-bye, and you get 2 hits. So I feel like that's pretty helpful. And you could always just use it if like you're running a very dangerous strategy. You want to grab this just in case you might go down. You can see this being very, very helpful, and I really would probably go after this every time I play zombies. Alright, the next one is going to be Cashback, and this one spawns a max ammo power-up. It's player activated, and you only get one use. This one is definitely something I could see probably being one of the more rare items that you get, and I can definitely see myself definitely wanting this one for obvious reasons. And the next one's going to be Coagulent. I can't fucking pronounce this because I'm retarded, so I apologize. But this one, you have a longer bleed out time. It activates immediately, and it's going to last you 30 seconds. That's pretty obvious. I don't really think I need to go into more detail with that one. Alright, next up is going to be Danger Closest, and this one you have 0 explosive damage, it activates immediately, and it's going to last you 3 rounds. So I'm assuming this is sort of like PhD Flopper, where you just don't have any explosive damage. I'm guessing that's what this one does. So maybe PhD Flopper may not be making a comeback. I really don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Alright, the next up is going to be Dead of Nuclear Winter. This one spawns a nuke, it's player activated, and you get 2 uses. This one I can definitely see, similar to the max ammo, being very, very helpful. Next one, I cannot pronounce this, I'm going to try my best. Ephemeral Enhancement, I apologize, I am retarded. This one turns current weapon into Pack-a-Punch weapon, it's player activated, you get 2 uses, and I guess it lasts 30 seconds each, so I would assume that the weapon turns Pack-a-Punch for 30 seconds, or I really don't know how that one's going to work. I would assume you would get to keep the weapon. I feel like that would be the right way to go. But I mean, if you only get it for 30 seconds, like there's really no use in my opinion if you only get the weapon for 30 seconds. Like there's just no use to have it. Like I would rather just go Pack-a-Punch the weapon myself. So I really don't see myself actively going after this one if you only get it for 30 seconds. Next up is going to be Firing on All Cylinders. This one you can fire while sprinting. It is activated immediately and it's going to last you 3 rounds. Like I said before, if we can have multiple ones that activate immediately and last you 3 rounds, I can definitely see myself getting this one. It would be pretty helpful subconsciously. Like I'm never going to actively like just notice that I can't fire while sprinting, but when I actually can fire while sprinting, I'm going to enjoy it. So I can definitely feel myself wanting this one. The next one is going to be I'm Feeling Lucky, and this one spawns a random power-up. It's player activated and you only get 1 use. So this one's sort of like the mystery box of power-ups. Next up is going to be Immolation, Liquidation. I don't know how to pronounce that first word because I'm retarded. This one spawns a Fire Sale power-up and it's player activated and you get 3 uses. Like all the other drops, I kind of like this one. I like how you get 3 uses instead of just 1 or 2. Our next up is going to be Impatient, and you respawn when the last zombie of the round spawns in instead of the start of the next round. So in this one, hypothetically, you're on round 10. You died in the beginning of round 10. You completely bled out. You know, you're spectating other people. When the last zombie of round 10 spawns in, that's when you come back in. That's when you officially start playing. So you can tell your friends, hey, when you see the last zombie, don't kill him. When I spawn back in, you know, don't kill the zombie. Let me go get all my stuff, and then we can start playing. So this one basically just helps the guy that died get all their stuff back before the start of the next round, so that way they don't have to be getting all their stuff when a horde of zombies are coming in after them. The next one is going to be In Plain Sight, and for this one, the zombies are going to ignore you for 10 seconds. It is player activated, and it has 1 use. For me, the only reason I would ever use this or ever get this is if I'm playing with friends and one of them happens to go down. Because 10 seconds isn't really that much, because when you're going for far rounds, you really want the zombies to be right next to you. You want them to be all on top of you. So if I'm playing solo, I'm probably never going to use this or even get it, because I don't want the zombies to spread out. I don't want them to ignore me and spread out all over the map and kind of fuck up my strategy. I want them to all be right behind me. But if I'm playing with friends and one of them goes down, I can definitely see this one being extremely helpful. Alright, next up is going to be Killjoy. It spawns an insta-kill power-up and you only get 2 uses. Alright, the next one, this one is really awesome because I kind of suggested something like this in a live stream one time. This one's called Killing Time. All zombies freeze in place for 20 seconds. If they are shot, they are marked and will be annihilated when time is up. Now I came up with a sort of a perk idea that would allow you to like slow down time, but this one's taking it to a whole nother level. I can definitely see this one being something that I would really want. It's just going to be so helpful that you just get to freeze time, which basically will save your ass. You can shoot all the zombies around you. You can shoot up to 24 zombies and just annihilate all of them. You can get so much done with 20 seconds. This one, like the In Plain Sight one, I could see this one just being like an upgraded version of that. The zombies aren't ignoring you, like they're frozen, and I can definitely see this one being probably like one of the better ones. Next up is going to be Licensed Contractor, spawns a carpenter, and you get 3 uses. Next up is going to be Lucky Crit, and I really don't know what this one does. It says additional rolls against the percentage chance on the player's AAT. I really don't know what AAT is. If you do know what that is, put that in the comments, because I really don't know what that stands for. It's probably like right in front of me, I'm just stupid. But this is activated immediately, and it lasts 1 round. So I'm sort of assuming you just get luckier with like the Gumball machine, or you get luckier with the box. That's what I'm kind of assuming this one does, but I just really don't know. Alright, next up is going to be Now You See Me, and all the zombies are going to target 1 player for 10 seconds. It's player activated, and you get 1 use. This one I can kind of see being useful if you want to point horde up, or hypothetically someone goes down and somebody has like a really good weapon, they can just activate this, all the zombies are going to go after them, and then all your other buddies can go pick up a friend. So I can sort of see this just being useful to pick up your friends. Of course, this is going to be absolutely just useless in solo, but if you're playing with some friends, I could definitely see it being useful if someone goes down. The next one is going to be on the house, and this one spawns a free perk power-up, and this is player activated, and you only get one use. This one, yep, I can definitely see myself wanting a million times. The next one is going to be one for the road, and it basically gives the player another perk slot. So sort of like Origins, how you can get the free perk bottle drop sort of thingy. That's basically what this one does. It activates immediately, and it's going to last you for 10 minutes. So I don't know if like you only get to keep that perk for 10 minutes, or like you only have 10 minutes to go buy another perk. I'm not really sure how that one lasts, because I mean if you only get to have like that 5th perk for 10 minutes, then this really isn't even worth it. But if you only have 10 minutes to go buy another perk, then I like that. Alright, the next one is probably going to be one of the best ones. It is Perkaholic, and it's going to give you all perks on the map. It is immediate, and it's going to last you until the player is downed. Now, I don't know if this is going to be something you could get really easily. I would assume this is going to be one of the harder ones to get, because I mean, getting all the perks, that's pretty badass. So I'm not really sure if this is going to be easy to get, or if you're going to have to unlock it, because this is sort of like one of the best ones, in my opinion, that you can possibly get. Alright, next up is going to be Phoenix Up. This one's going to revive everyone, and they get to keep all their perks. It is player activated, and you only get one use, so if all your friends die, you can basically just activate this, everyone gets back up, and you'll all be good. Yay! Next one is going to be Pop Shocks. Melee attack does electric arc damage to nearby zombies, similar to the DG2. It is player melee, and it's going to last you next 5 successful melee attacks. So it's going to be sort of like the Wonder Waff, except for shooting a weapon, you're going to be knifing. So whenever you knife, it's going to be sort of like the Wonder Waff, and it's going to go from zombie to zombie. Now I don't know if it's going to kill zombies immediately, I don't know if it does infinite amount of damage, and I also don't know how many zombies it can spread to. Can it spread to 12, 24, 3.5? I really just don't know. The next one is going to be Private Eyes, and an icon similar to the grenade icon shows up on any zombie within 10 feet so they can't sneak up on you, and is immediate and lasts you 2 rounds. This one is just, in my opinion, really dumb. I don't see myself ever using this. I just don't see this one being useful for me whatsoever. Next up is Respin Cycle. This one makes the mystery box respin to a new weapon of choice. It's player activated, and you get 2 uses. I mean, to me, if you're on early rounds, this, yes, is useful. If you're on high rounds, you're going to have just so many points. This one's not even going to be useful. So it really just depends what round you're on for me. Next up is going to be Stock Option. Do not need to reload weapon. Ammo is pulled from the stock before the clip. So this one activates immediately. It's going to last you 5 minutes. So what this one does is, you know how you have like 30 in the clip and like 240 total? Instead of shooting from the 30, you're going to be shooting from the 240. This one doesn't give you ammo. It just sort of switches what you're shooting from. So that way, instead of having a 30 clip, you basically have like a 240 clip. So the way I'm reading this is you're not getting ammo, it's just switching what you're firing from. Next up is going to be Sword Flay, and this one gives you 5 times multiplayer on melee damage. It is immediate, and it's going to last you 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So if you can get this on round 1, or like rounds 2 or 3, I can definitely see this being helpful, but I mean if you get this like on round 10 or something like that, this one's not even going to be helpful. So that's probably be a way to get this one on early rounds. Other than that, I don't see this one being helpful. Next up is going to be Wall Power, and this one basically, the next wall weapon you buy is going to be a Pack-a-Punch version instead of just the unupgraded version. It is activated immediately, and it's going to last you until you buy that weapon. So once you buy a wall weapon, it is done. You have to go get this perk drop gumball thingy again. But if I bought the AK-74U off the wall, I'm going to get the Pack-a-Punch version instead of the unupgraded version. And the last and final one is Who's Keeping Score. This one's going to spawn a double points power up. It is player activated, and you're only going to get 2 uses. So I really do like these gumballs. I feel like they're really awesome. They remind me a lot of the QEDs from Moon. I really just can't wait to see how some of these really work, because there was a couple that I was kind of confused on how they would work, and I just really can't wait to get my hands on the game and see which ones do which, and how do you get some of these. Are some of them more rare? Which ones are the more frequent ones? Can you keep more than one? I just really can't wait to see how this is all going to play out. So I'm very curious to know which one's your guys' favorite, and if you guys could, please leave a like and subscribe when you're ready. Peace.